The door was locked. How did she get in here? Robo? Oh no. Are you... Your battery levels are low. Oh no, Robo. I'm gonna have to plug you up. Hey, Professor.
Hello. Who's this?
I don't know. The doors were locked. I'm not sure how she got in here.
I don't know. That is really strange.
We can't ask Robo. His batteries are dead.
Well, maybe we should wake her up. Why don't you do it?
All right. Maybe on second thought, maybe you should do it. I don't know if the first thing she should see would be my face. She might faint.
Well, okay. Excuse me. Excuse me. Time to wake up.
Nay, Christiana, thou didn't count long enough.
Huh, what? Thou art not Christiana. What hast thou done with the prince and the princess?
Prince and princess.
Rest assured, madam, we haven't done anything with anybody. May I ask how you got in here?
For that is what I would like to know, for I was at play with the royal children when suddenly I walked into this most uncommon room. And, oh, then I was greeted by this yonder strange-looking knight.
Are you sure the doors were locked?
Yeah, I'm sure. So, what's going on here? I mean, is there a Renaissance festival going on? What's up with the costume?
Costume? Nay, this is not a costume. This is one of my finest gowns. In fact, in all the kingdom, there's none like it.
Kingdom. Sure. And I bet you live at a castle, don't you?
Well, of course, the castle at Fairmore.
Professor, I think we have a live one here.
Live one? I do not catch your meaning, fair maiden.
Fair maiden, okay, chill it with the Shakespeare.
I just had a bad thought.
What are you thinking?
Excuse me, but you didn't enter through this door, did you?
Well, of course. How else would I have gotten in?
Wait, what are you thinking?
What is your name, actually?
I thought thou wouldst never ask. I am Queen Josephine, wife of Edward the Gallant, king of Vestaland and all his territories.
I was afraid of that.
Alas, and afraid thou shouldst be, for when the king finds out that I am held captive, he will send all his mighty men to fight for my release. Now pray, what dost thou think of that?
It was the machine.
What do you mean it was the machine?
It was the machine that brought her here.
Oh no.
I don't know how. It might have been another malfunction, I guess.
I cry ye mercy. Didst thou hearken to what I just said?
Yeah, something about kings and horses or something. I don't know.
Nay, that would be Humpty Dumpty. Wouldst thou please focus?
I'm sorry. We're just a little distracted, okay?
So you're telling me we have a real live queen here?
Of course I am real. I am Queen Josephine, wife of Edward the Gallant, king of Vestaland and all his territories.
This is crazy.
Oh my, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Okay. Whew. Well, here, why don't you sit down? You're probably hungry. You want a hot dog?
A hot dog? You eat dogs?
Maybe you'd like a smoothie. They have some really good ones at the cafe.
Smoothie? I'm not familiar with this.
It's kind of like a milkshake, but it's healthy.
Milkshake.
Never mind. Just forget it.
Oh, hi everyone. My name is Deadbug Dawn from A1 Bug Exterminators, and I'm here. My name is Deadbug Dawn from A1 Bug Exterminators, and I'm here for your inspection. I need to spray for skitterbugs.
What?
Skitterbugs.
You don't have a janitor service.
You don't have a janitor service, do you?
Not anymore.
Well, that could be why. If you don't have a janitor service, this might not have been necessary.
So,
Scanning
what
database.
exactly are skitterbugs?
Scanning database for skitterbugs.
Oh, they're horrid little things. They've got 6 beady eyes and 12 hairy legs, and they make a hideous hissing sound right before they bite you.
Oh, they bite?
Oh, yes. And to give you an idea of the magnitude here, there are thousands of teeny tiny skitterbugs right here on my hand.
I do not see any eggs.
That's because they're microscopic.
Micro what?
Microscopic, so small, only visible with a microscope. In other words, teeny weeny, itsy bitsy, minute, minuscule, and wee.
Okay, Tin Man, I think we get it.
So am I to understand that all last night, I, Queen Josephine, wife of Edward the Gallant, king of Vestalland and all its territories, was asleep upon millions of teeny weeny eggs?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, that is absolutely revolting.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's not the worst of it.
But that's not the worst of it, lady. These eggs are just about to hatch, and trust me, you do not want to be around for
That is it. I am leaving this castle at once.
No, wait, Your Majesty.
Don't let her out your sight, Avery. Don't let her leave the building.
Well, go ahead. You don't want to miss the party, do you?
Party, a social gathering with invited guests, food, and entertainment. I've never been to a party. Perhaps I could do the robot.
Yes, it worked. Finally, they find these plans for this time travel contraption. They've got to be here around here somewhere. Ooh, peppermints.
Looking for skitterbugs, are you?
Oh, you're back.
Yes, and much sooner than you expected, am I right?
I was just looking for my skitter
Safety.
goggles. Goggles, that's it.
I think they're in your shirt.
Oh, well there they are. What do you know?
Safety goggles are
You
very
know,
important. This isn't a report about skitterbugs.
you gave me a report earlier. It wasn't no report. It was actually a magazine to a Pioneer Girl Scout magazine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in such a hurry when I left.
We also looked up your company.
We also looked at your company, and A1 Bug Extermination does not exist.
Oh, I'll have to look into that as soon as I'm done here.
No, you are done here.
In other words, you're fired.
Really? I'm being fired again. What does it take to keep a job around here?
What was that all about?
I don't know. Kind of suspicious if you ask me.
So, what are we going to do with the Queen?
Well, we need to send her back, but I'm not sure yet that I can send her back to this precise moment.
Does it have to be exactly then?
I'll be back. I'm going to go work on the machine.
Okay.
What was that question again?
I said, what are we going to do with the Queen? Or no, we said, you need to send her back at the exact time.
Yes, yes. And I remember you asking me if it was important. Back to your question. Yes, it is. We must avoid changing history in any way because even a small change could create a ripple effect over time.
But wouldn't it be good to change some things, like evil things?
Well, it
Yes,
seems-
I've heard that many times. Well, it seems so. But that's not for us to decide. You see, God has a grand plan in place, and we have to trust Him when He tells us in the Bible that His ways are higher than our ways.
Well, I better go check on Your Majesty. Okay, Professor, I have the Queen detained. She's in a room right now. She didn't want to be in here because of skeeter bugs.
That's okay. Well, besides that, how's your report going?
Report? You want to talk about my report right now? When you just created a time machine, literally the most amazing invention of all time, and we have a real life queen here, and you want to talk about my history report?
Well, absolutely. As fantastic as all that is, it pales in comparison to talking about Jesus. Nothing is more exciting to me than him. Not even close. So come on, tell me about your paper.
Well, I've done a lot of reading so far, but I haven't started writing yet.
Well, I guess I did give you quite a bit to read.
You did. But there is something I'm curious about. People say that all religions lead to one place, but the Bible doesn't teach that.
Yeah, I've heard that many different times.
So, what do you think about that? Is it true?
Absolutely not. I mean, think about it. If there was another way to get to heaven, Jesus' death would totally be unnecessary. It would mean nothing.
So, you're saying all other religions are wrong?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Every other religion teaches that doing good things or being a good person gets you to heaven. Only salvation by being good.
Well, I've never thought of it that way. But that's what people are doing, aren't they? They're trying to do good things to get to heaven.
Yes, but the price is just too high. That's why Jesus had to pay it for us by dying on the cross for our sins. He took the punishment that we deserve, then rose from the dead, proving that the penalty was satisfied. Listen, no matter what anyone tells you, the only way to get to heaven, and I mean the only way, is to admit that you've disobeyed God and broken his laws, and then trust in what Jesus did for you on the cross. If you do that, he'll forgive you and save you, and adopt you into his family forever. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth him shall have everlasting life.
Well, I know that Bible verse. That's John 3:16. I learned that at Vacation Bible School. Oh no, Robo, I thought you was keeping company with the Queen. What are you doing here?
Scanning database for skin. Scanning database for skin.
What's going on here?
I have no idea. Oh, what are we going to do about the Queen?
Oh boy. Computer,
Yes, how may I help you?
call the police immediately and report a missing person. She dressed in her Renaissance clothing and answers to the name Queen Josephine.
Ha 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 ha, that's a funny joke. Did you hear the one about why cats can't use computers?
What?
Because they only want to chase the mouse.
Stop it, computer. This is not a joke. Now do what I say and call the police.
Right away, Professor.
Oh dear.